Hey everybody, I was having some people ask me how to make the bias tape the way that I did. So I figured I would do a quick video. I used a 1-inch strip. I'm going to assume that everybody knows how to cut a 1-inch strip, so I will leave it at that. What I'm doing is I'm using 3 pins and I'm going to run it through. Before I do that though, I'm gonna start with about 6 inches or so. I'm gonna make a couple marks and kind of get things started. So we'll do that now. Don't need to worry about making any sort of marks that are gonna show, because these will be on the inside. Now I used a very long piece of tape. Mine ended up being 63 yards all total. Yours probably won't be that long, I'm assuming, but it seems to work a lot easier doing the long pieces than it does the short pieces, so you can kind of keep things moving. So I will, once I've made those marks, I'm going to fold half of it over to meet those marks, and then give it a quick press with the iron. And make sure you give yourself a little steam. And we'll do the other side and bring that in. And just gonna kind of match it up. This is just to get things started as you're putting it through the pins, like I'll explain in a minute. There we go. That'll get us started. So I've put the pins in just at the very beginning there, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna slide it up until that gets pushed right up against there. And then I'm gonna take and put the other side of the pin in just on the other side of the tape. Push that through like that. And then do the same for the other 2 pins. What I'm going to be doing is putting my iron in between these 2 guys right here. This one is just to kind of help guide it in. I found that it gives it a little bit more room to work, kind of makes it a little bit easier when you're pulling your tape through. It helps you get things steadier. So I'm gonna put my iron right in there. I like to use the front part of it because it has the most area for the steam to come out in a concentrated area. I'm just gonna slowly start pulling it through, and I'm gonna watch this area right here to make sure that I keep things as centered as possible. You'll kind of have to move the tape around as you see fit. My iron has a auto shut off, so we gotta work around that. So you just pull it on through. Don't do it too terribly fast. We'll just do that much for now. And then I'll pull my pins back. You can see that gives you a nice first fold. Obviously, for what we're doing for our masks, we're having to do it a second time. So this part is a little bit easier than going through the pins. You're just gonna fold it in half. Right there, that'll give you 1/4 inch. And just give it a quick little press with my fingers. Oops. And then get that started. I found that instead of trying to run it through the needles again, when you get to your seams, when you've stitched all your tape together, it doesn't work out quite as easily. So what I will do is kind of just keep it folded and then move it along. Once you get a little bit more going there, you can pull it back and kind of do the same thing that we were doing before and just pull it through nice and slow. Give it a good press. And then just kind of continue on down the line until you get the whole way down through your tape. That gives you a nice crisp 1/4 inch. And then what we've been doing is just running a single stitch right down the middle of it. It's pretty easy to keep under your presser foot, and makes for a pretty nice strap for the masks. So there you have it. If you got any questions, let me know.